Hey everyone, Levi here. Welcome to Guitar Equals Awesome. Today I'm gonna be showing you the intro and the solo of Perfectly Lonely by John Mayer. As a little bonus, I will also show you how I play the chords in the song. If you want a more easier version without the intro and solo with open chords, check out the link above. I also put a link in the description below. So without further ado, grab your guitar and let's get to it. We'll start with the intro. I'm gonna put it in parts because it's way easier to learn the something complicated when you like divide it in little pieces. So the first piece is gonna be this. Our index finger is gonna go on the 12th fret of the G string, and our middle finger or ring finger is gonna go on the 13th fret of the B string. With my right hand, I play the G string with my pick and with the B string with my middle finger. So this is called hybrid picking. It's often used in country music, but this time we're gonna use it in this song. We slide from the 12th and 13th fret to the 14th and the 15th fret. We do that 2 times. After that, we place our middle finger to the 14th fret of the G string, and our index finger is gonna go on the 13th fret of the high E string. So we skip the B string. This is important. This is also why we use this technique. So we can skip that B string. If we would have used the plectrum for this, we would have needed to mute that B string with our middle finger, and it has like a little clicky noise like that, and we don't really want that when we play a nice clean solo like this. So that's why we're using that hybrid picking method. So the 14th and 13th fret, now I'm changing my fingering position. Middle finger is gonna go at the 12th fret of the G, and our ring finger is gonna go at the 12th fret of the high E string. Play that once, and then I use my index finger to bar the 10th fret of the B and the E string. Play that once. Then we're gonna go back to our original position again. 12 and 13 of the G and the B string, and we do a little hammer on to the 14th fret of the G string. So all together. Alright. Second part, we start off the same. Now we're gonna use our index finger to bar the 10th fret of the B string, and we're gonna do a little hammer on the 12th fret of the B string. Yeah. I usually just use my pinky for this. You can use your middle finger and your ring finger. Yeah. So that's the really the beginning part of this song. Alright, now we're gonna go into the little solo. We're doing a little hammer on, pull off on the 10th fret of the B string to the 12th. And then we play the 12th fret of the G string. I'm sorry. Alright. Then with our ring finger we're gonna go on the 15th fret of the B string. And we bend up the 15th fret 2 times. Then with our middle finger we slide to the G string, 14th fret, and we play 13 on the B string, back to 14, back to 13 again. And you can also add that little 15th note, a little staccato note. John Mayer does that, it adds a little extra spice to it. Alright, then we're going again to that 15th one, and we bend it again. We hold it, and with our index finger we're gonna play the 13th fret on the high E string. And then we release the tension again of that 15th fret. We lower it, so a bend and release. My strings are new, so my fingers are kind of slipping away. And then we go all the way to the 10th and the 8th fret. Let's see. Yeah, we do a bend on the 10th fret, a bend and release to the 8th fret of the B string. With our middle finger we're gonna go to the 9th fret of the G string, and then to the 8th fret again of the B string, and again add that little staccato note on the 10th fret of the B string. So all together now. And our last two notes are all the way up the 20th fret of the B string, and with our pinky we play the 20th fret of the high E string, play the 20th again of the B string, and then release it gradually down. And that's your intro. Alright, let's take a little look at the solo now. We start off in the A minor pentatonic shape, and we play 5-7-5-7 on the D and the G string. Then bend that G string, 7th fret. Then I play 3rd fret on the high E string, hammer on to 5. Then bend that G string again. Then on the B string I hammer on from 8 to 10 to 6. Then slide on the G string to 9, to 7, to 5, a little staccato, and then slide on the D string from 5 to 7. Then with my index finger I play that 5 on the G string, and then with my ring finger slide from that 7 to 5. Alright, and now we're gonna have a little, how would I say, a little breakout, I guess. We're gonna break out this pentatonic shape. So we start off on the 5 on a D, play the 7, same on the G string. Now we slide to 9. We play 10 on the B, and then play 10 on the high E, and then bend 13 on the B string 2 times. Then on the B string we go all the way to 16, and we bend that as well, while we play 13 with our on the high E string with our index. Then back to that 16 again. Now we changed our finger to our pinky because we want to pull off to 13 of the B string. Play that 13 again with a little vibrato, and then a 14 on the G string. And then we bend that 16th note again, that 16th on the B. But but this time we play that 13 on the B string 2 times, and then 14 again on the G string. Then on the high E string we bend the 15 2 times, then go to the 17, then play the 17 again, but then slide to 20. Oh, I'm sorry. And that's your solo. So I'm gonna try to play it all together now. And that's the solo. Let's take a look at the chords now. It's all bar chords. We have a C, then an F. This is a special bar chord. It's a C-shaped bar chord. So I'm gonna explain it to you. Your pinky is gonna go at the 8th fret of the A string. Your middle finger is gonna go at the 7th fret of the D string, and your middle finger is gonna go at the 6th fret of the B string, and your index finger is barring from the A till the high E string. So you strum from the A down. Then we're gonna go to a D minor or D minor 7. D minor 7, you just take off your pinky and you have a D minor 7. For a D minor chord, put your pinky on the 7th fret of the G string. I like the D minor 7 better. I like that sound. And then to a G. It's the chords of the verse. What I do with this song to make it more interesting is I put embellishments on them. Embellishments are basically little solos or little notes to make those chords sound more interesting, like Jimi Hendrix does. I'll give you an explanation on that D minor. Something like that. You need a lot of control and strength in your fingers to do this. So if you have trouble with this, I have a video linked up below and also in the description for some exercises for finger control and finger strength. So check those out if you have any trouble with this. Also check them out if you don't have any trouble with this, because they are very useful to do anyway as a nice warm-up exercise. So let's get into those embellishments. I give you a few examples and you can just make them your own and create your own little ideas. On the C chord, I just don't do anything, but I walk up the F. What I mean by that is I walk up the bass line. So what I do is play the 5th string, the 5th fret of the A string. You could also call it the 5th string. Then ring finger to 7, and then index pinky to the 8th, and then play that F. So the strumming pattern that I do, it's very simple. Just play all downstrokes, and on that F chord you can expand a little bit with your strumming pattern. So what I'm doing right now is down, 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 up. You can make your own strumming pattern if you want. That's a little bit how I do it to make it sound a little bit funky. Make them a little bit short. So the first strum I do is long and the second one is short. I just release the tension on my fretting hand to make it sound really staccato, really short. Then go to the D minor. What you can do here is you can use your pinky to do some hammer-ons and pull-offs on the B and the E string. You can also hammer on your ring finger and your middle finger on that shape. I'll give you a little example. You see, all those chords sound way cooler now when you add all those little tricks to it. You can use everything in this little minor pentatonic box. A minor pentatonic box. That F and a D minor are in that box, as you can see. So you can use a lot of embellishments on those two chords. Then we go to a G. Instead of the full bar G, I just use an F shape and I slide it up 2 frets. This way my pinky is free and I can use my pinky to do some embellishments. You can add a sus4. So sus4 is here, with your pinky on the 5th fret of the G string. So all together now. As you can see, I added a few more extra notes on that D minor. I just played around with that little pentatonic shape that is here. What I did here was a hammer-on pull-off from 5 to 7 on the G, and then land on that D string on the 7th fret. And then it really depends on how fast you're playing, how many notes you need to put in it. So rhythm is very important when you're doing embellishments. If you do too much embellishments, you might not hit your other chord in a decent amount of time. So for instance, if I play this, I'm gonna screw it up on purpose now. You see, I played too much strums, so I couldn't fit that little walk up to the F. So rhythm is very important. You need to play around with it a little bit to see how much you can do or how little you can do. So the rest of the chords I'm not gonna go really in depth here because this is the most important part of the song. You can play those embellishments also on the chords of the chorus. So the chords of the chorus are C to an F, to the D minor, to the G, then to the E minor, to the A minor, D minor, to the G again. Then on the bridge we use a different strumming pattern. We just use 8th notes all down, and we start from the A minor, 3, 5, 7, 8, to the G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, to the F, back to the G. This time we do 5 strums down, and then we have a little break. It goes like G, G sharp, A minor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go to the A minor again and play 8 times. To the G again, to the F, and then last but not least F minor, and we just strum it once. I'm gonna play the whole bridge for you now. That's how you play the chords with the embellishment. If you enjoyed this lesson, and I hope you did, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any feedback or if you have any suggestions on lessons or anything else, please leave them in the comments. And if you would like more lessons, I teach private online video and video call lessons. Go check out my website, guitarequalsawesome.com, and I hope to see you in the next video.